Welcome to Kayfabe Only Brother, the internet's premier wrestling audio show.
Welcome to the inaugural Kayfabe Only Brother audio program.
Our first episode.
Why didn't you hit the brother like Hulk Hogan?
I said brother on the intro.
I'm not the intro man.
Yeah,
the,
but you
You
should
do
always
all as one thing.
you should always hit brother.
I feel like it's gonna hurt my voice. I'm not Hulk Hogan. My name's The Grizz. We're here live. Well, we're not live. We're recording live together, but we're not actually. You're not listening to this live. If you were, we'd be a lot more technologically advanced. Today we're gonna talk to you about some wrestling and about some stupid shit. So stay tuned. Guys, somebody else got to talk. I'm just not gonna sit here. We want me to sit here and read by myself?
No, it's fine. CJ's the man that's running.
We'll skip. We can do the intros later if we're editing all this. We could just jump. CJ, starting the talk good stuff.
Oh.
All right.
All right. All right, guys. We're gonna do a quick introduction of who we all are, just so everyone knows each other's names.
I feel like the first match is really going to be our introduction. The favorite match is really going to be our introduction.
We're gonna start with Hell in a Cell, correct?
All right, let's start with Hell in a Cell. So this weekend was Hell in a Cell, the first ever women's main event on a pay-per-view. You guys have any takeaways from that you want to bring up? Paul, what about you?
Not only was it the first ever women's main event, but it was the first ever women's Hell in a Cell.
It was the first main event in WWE history. No.
No, I didn't say.
It was the first women's main event on a pay-per-view.
As well as the first ever women's Hell in a Cell.
Yes.
Grizz is right.
And also, it wasn't that good.
I enjoyed the match.
It was a fantastic match.
It was as good as the card was.
I mean, I thought
the card was excellent.
I thought it was a very good pay-per-view, especially compared to some of the previous pay-per-views we've seen from the last maybe 6 or 7 months now.
All right, so
I disagree. I disagree 100%.
Yeah, from the positive camp, let's get what you guys enjoyed about it. I'm assuming Reigns Rusev was not one of those things.
Reigns Rusev was an above par match. I hated Superman fucking. Oh, I can't curse, can I?
No,
You can curse.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
Fuck.
I hated the fact that
Shit.
he broke out of the accolade with the chain in his mouth, and then won the match with one finisher. I really they made Rusev look super soft, and obviously they made Roman Reigns look like the idiot he is.
We're going to get to it, but they made Rusev look even softer the night after, so it doesn't really matter what they did with him.
You know what?
It's because he shaved his chin.
I have to say this. I'm not a fan of Roman Reigns. I enjoyed that match. Specifically, not Pacific.
Pacific Ocean.
Specifically, it's on the West Coast.
I thought it was a good use of the chain. Rusev used the chain on Roman Reigns during his accolade on top of the stair. I thought that was pretty interesting. I enjoyed that.
Atlantically, you would have expected that to have done a little bit more damage to him if it's such a cool thing to do, but it doesn't really matter what you do to Reigns.
Well, that's my next note from that night. Roman Reigns is boring.
Yeah.
He is he's the new John Cena. You gotta expect that's gonna happen.
I feel like he's not even the new John Cena. John Cena wasn't necessarily forced down our throats as quickly and as hard as Roman Reigns.
You're forgetting when John Cena was at his peak. John Cena just did
wasn't
not.
Wasn't he the underdog initially when he went for his first title?
I was at WrestleMania 20 when he beat the Big Show. That was before he was like overpowered.
Is that when he came in the Mustang?
No, WrestleMania 20. He just fought the Big Show in the opening match for the U.S. title.
Oh, that's all right. I'm thinking of what at the. I was thinking at the one in Detroit.
That was a main event.
Okay, so
Yeah, it was the main event.
That was against Triple H, I think.
Whatever.
let's tie.
That's what I was
on a
referring
tangent.
to.
I think Reigns is the evolution of Hogan and Cena in the worst possible way, where you can have whatever match you want against the guy. You know how it's going to end.
He's got better hair than both of them.
He put Finn Balor over clean.
His hair is not as good as our own CJ's, though.
His hair's not as good.
But it's
It's Hulk
better than Hulk
Hogan's.
Hogan's.
Hulk Hogan has the most unique hair in the history of professional wrestling.
Yeah,
Yeah,
blonde Asian.
He's got blonde Asian hair.
I don't know if we're allowed to say that.
Blonde Asian hair.
His Asian hair. It's straight. It's straight and it's blonde.
Also, Vince McMahon had his feet in bindings, so they were somehow like an Asian woman.
All right, I don't know about all that. He has
All right, now we're getting out of
long,
control.
blonde, silky Asian hair and skin like that of a hot dog.
Now you're just quoting Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Just because I'm quoting something, don't make it not true.
Okay, so Paul, your takes on Rusev Reigns Part 93.
I really thought they were going to do something interesting and let Rusev win the match, but there really isn't much more than what we've seen.
Your take on an interesting Hell in a Cell match? Roman Reigns losing? That's
No, the match itself was fine, but like there's the same old ending. At the end of it, it's just like I've seen this a million times.
And now
they could have had Roman Reigns pile drive Rusev through the cage and through the ring, but still Rusev winning would have been more interesting to you. That's how terrible Roman Reigns is.
That's not true. I really like Roman Reigns. I'm tired of seeing. I love Rusev, and I'm tired of seeing him have to job out to Roman Reigns every single time. They didn't even let him get the win that he got over Cena before at the beginning of their feud.
I really love Roman Reigns, but I don't like seeing him win. Good job.
That's not true. I don't like seeing Rusev be treated like dog shit.
Paul's on the point.
I also don't.
Rusev's a pretty over guy, at least amongst the Smarks. And they are just not capitalizing.
Stop it. We're not using the word fucking smarks on this show.
All right.
Why don't you stop it right now?
He's a pretty over guy regardless of how Paul wants to call the adult people who like wrestling too much. And they are just not capitalizing on that. They just have him losing repeatedly to whoever they just think is going to sell more merchandise. What's
what you and all these quote-unquote smarks need to understand, it's a show based for children, not for us.
I disagree with that.
The average fan is like 30-something years old.
I mean, you look at the audience, there's kids there with their dads, and their dads are the ones marking out.
Yeah, but there's sponsorship and all this other stuff. You got to have a child-appropriate, a child-appropriate champion, and Rusev is not connecting with the children. I don't even think he's connecting with the children on a heel level.
But he's connecting with everyone else. Did you see that fantastic promo he gave about how much he loved his family and his country?
I love Rusev.
Time out. How in God's name was Rusev the heel in that storyline at all? He got his wedding ruined. He brought his family to be shown on live TV, and then Roman Reigns ruined that, and somehow he's the bad guy.
Roman Reigns made fun of his family dog.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
He's got a funny accent. Roman Reigns is from America. Rusev's the bad guy.
All right. Donald
and
Trump.
Roman Reigns is still wearing the Shield vest, and that really pisses me off.
Did you just say that? Did you just say that Roman Reigns is the Donald Trump in wrestling right now?
I said
because if he builds a wall
Trump.
around Bulgaria, I think that might be the greatest storyline of all time. Topping when JBL went to the border and beat up Mexicans.
A side note: at WrestleMania 17. Jerry the King Lawler Paul Heyman got very upset at the idea of a Mexican winning the European title. So I just wanted to bring that up in the racism of wrestling against Mexicans.
I just want to give everyone a reason why Adam's bringing that up. We have WrestleMania 17 on in the background right now, and that's just letting you know why that came out of nowhere. It didn't come out of nowhere.
Yeah, Linda McMahon's in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
So,
okay, so can we go to the next match and
as a collective,
we don't have to hit all the matches.
Nah.
I kind of just wanted to hit the. Actually, the other match that was interesting was the cruiserweight match.
Hold on, time out. Just to go back.
I got some notes for everything.
I just want to go back.
Even
to
if
that,
I can give you a quick.
I just want to go back to that last match real quick.
Yeah, let him finish his thought.
I really appreciated that they opened the pay-per-view with that match, and they did actually put on it. The ending sucked, but the match itself was a really decent match without using the outside of this cell or anything else, and I really appreciated that, and that was cool to me.
Yeah, I could say that. I enjoyed that.
All right. So, Paul, the cruiserweight match. I'm assuming you're talking about the championship match, not the 6-man tag.
I think he's
the cruiserweight. I was talking about the championship match and then putting the belt on crazy ass Brian Kendrick.
We're never talking about that 6-man tag.
Brian
6-man tags are for chumps.
Anyway, let's talk about Brian Kendrick.
Well, I wanted to talk about them actually putting the belt on him, and then this week they announced that they're going to have a separate TV show for the cruiserweights, which is better than T.J. Perkins standing there talking like a cut screen from a video game.
I despise T.J. Perkins. Despise the man.
Wait a second. They're giving the cruiserweight division a separate show?
Yeah, on the network. I don't know if they're going to be on Raw or not because I think their experiment is failing. But
I
getting
personally
their own
don't like
show.
that they were putting purple rings.
It's failing because
why? Why are you separating them? They're wrestlers. Just because they're tiny doesn't mean they're different.
It's a
That's a
separate
progressive stance there, Grizz.
treating it
That
like
is
a separate
progressive
entity
stance.
makes it lesser, and making it lesser makes it less interesting. And then at the top of it, you have one storyline at a time, like it's 2009 women's wrestling, and it's stupid.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. There's been a couple times that I fast forward the matches because, oh look, Purple Ropes came on. That means I don't need to watch that.
Do you think at any point that
meanwhile,
this was consciously a pro Prince stance by the WWE?
I don't think there's.
So we're just gonna ignore when CJ tells a terrible
Yes.
joke, right?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is CJ. Get used to it.
Purple
God.
ring, purple ring.
Right now he's kind of actually being funny.
That joke's dead, just like Cam Bigelow.
Oh.
Alive and okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right. Anyway,
Bam
no,
Bam.
but what-
Oh, I'm sorry.
I just want to say about that cruiserweight match. I really enjoyed the possum move that Brian Kendrick played in that match. I like that.
I think putting the belt on
Classic
Kendrick opens it up so they can have other people actually wrestle for the title.
Back on track. I'd like to bring up the women's match.
The main event. You want to go straight to the main event? You want to skip Owens Rollins?
Skip Owens and
Unless, I mean, I could talk about everything. Paul said he didn't want to talk about everything.
Well, yeah, we're obviously going to talk about the Universal Championship. It's
All right,
the
let's
champion of the
bring-
universe.
All right, let's go with that then.
I always thought that was He-Man, but apparently it's Kevin Owens.
Master
He-Man's
of the
a
Universe
child.
is Dolph Lundgren.
People forget
Master of
that.
the Universe is Dolph Lundgren. First of all, I feel like they should rename the Universal title the Dolph Lundgren Memorial Trophy.
Why would they say his name incorrectly every time?
Dolph
It's
Lundgren?
It's Lundgren.
No, it's Lundgren. Dolph Lundgren. He's the Master of the Universe. He is the Ivan Drago. He is in the movie Joshua Tree.
All right, okay. You can keep going because I'm really confused as to
No,
what we're
I'm
talking.
going to let this one go. Roll.
I really appreciate Dolph Lundgren.
Before we
Anyway,
get
back
to
to the
the-
Universal title
Before we
match.
get to the Universal Championship, is there any other matches from the night? Because I feel like it's going to be this and the women's, and we're going to move on from there.
I think that's
I
completely
could just
acceptable.
tell you
Okay,
that
perfectly.
I feel like
You
they're
guys wanna talk about
wasting
New Day?
Cesaro in that tag team, but we can get to that on Raw. Let's just
Real
talk
quick
about the
about the New Day. Just want to get this out of the way. Super quick. Super weird that Kofi Kingston didn't wrestle at home.
Yeah, that was weird.
Were they wrestling in Guyana?
No, he's
No. He's from Boston. He's just like, I know it's weird because of the Jamaican thing I was for years.
Flash Gordon?
no, I didn't say Flash Gordon.
Oh.
I said Master of the Universe.
Flash!
He'll save every one of us. Anyway, we don't own the rights to Queen, so we're gonna probably have to cut that out.
We're not making money off of this.
Oh,
so.
that's true. So we could sing all the Queen we want.
All right, or we can talk about wrestling.
Someplace. Anyway, back to wrestling.
So I thought it was weird that Kofi didn't get to wrestle at home. There was also the
WWE hates when wrestlers are in their hometown.
I don't understand that.
Yeah, apparently they.
Is there logic behind that, or is Vince McMahon just a crazy man?
Is this
'Cause
all
I know
spillover
that's
from the
the answer
screw
to
job?
that.
No, I think it's always been like that. It's easier to get a heel heat when you go after a babyface in their hometown.
Yeah, but he wasn't in the ring.
Title in Pittsburgh. But then
Kingston
again,
wasn't
he
even
is
in
an
the ring.
actual gold medalist. No, he wasn't in the ring. Well, the New Day didn't lose. Well, they lost the match, but they didn't lose the titles.
Yeah, and I mean, are Anderson and Gallows really going to get the type of heat that WWE wants?
Anderson and Gallows weren't in that match.
No, because everybody wants them to be amazing. I do. I just.
I love the club. I also love Enzo and Cass. And I love the New Day, even though they're kind of starting to get a little stale. Is anybody else feeling that from them?
I think everyone is. I
Are
think
you
it's a.
tired of the New Day?
They're gonna hold the title till they break the record, and then they're gonna lose it. I think they're like a month out from the record.
Yeah,
And then
And
they'll
they're not
probably
defending
lose
the title at Survivor Series, so
The problem
they'll
is
lose it at the next pay-per-view.
the entire tag division on Raw is awful. There's nobody.
I mean, there's Enzo and Cass.
Right, but they're
The club.
maybe they hold Enzo and Cass off for when there's a heel that has the belt.
Yeah, I mean,
Club.
Cesaro and
Oh, but
Sheamus
they've
are-
already been feuding with the club. How long are we going to watch them wrestle each other, too? See, the WWE's got a problem with this. It also going to bring me up to our next match. If we're segueing in, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm also tired of Seth Rollins in every Universal Championship match since the brand split and that title has been created.
Well, I think we're kind of getting away from that now. I think he's going to go off on his own against Jericho.
But to answer your question, he deserves to be in every Universal title match since he probably should be champion. But Kevin Owens is also an amazing wrestler, and they put on good matches together. Hence that Hell in the Cell match that was amazing.
My issue with the whole thing is it kind of just makes Kevin Owens not important at all to the story. It's really about Jericho trying to get in the match and help out his best friend, and Seth Rollins.
They're going to eventually lead into
being
a
better
Jericho
than everyone.
Kevin Owens feud, which is going to be outstanding, by the way. I can't wait till that day happens.
Running out of time.
Are we gonna get it?
Friends.
Maybe
I think we are.
I think we are, too.
maybe
Royal
a
Rumble.
roadblock.
Does Chris
I've heard
Jericho
some-
have prior obligations? Is he scheduled to do I Love the '90s Part 7?
I don't think he does it anymore. I think that at Survivor
They're doing
Series,
1992
something's
for
gonna
the 8th time.
happen at the Survivor Series match where they start feuding and
Yeah,
it'll be a month-long build-up to what is the next Raw pay-per-view?
Roadblock.
It'll be Road. Is it really?
Yeah, they moved Roadblock to a weird time.
It doesn't
I
even make
think
any
so.
sense because
I could
Roadblock's
be
supposed
wrong.
to block things
Fast
from
Lane.
WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Unless they go back to Fastlane. I don't have the pay-per-view. I can look up the pay-per-view schedule.
I mean, it's not that important, right?
Let's
Second.
let's continue on with the pay-per-view so we can finish
on
off
to
the
it.
week and then move on to other
So
things.
Grizz brings us to the Owens-Rollins match. Adam seems to have enjoyed it.
I thought that was by far the best match of the night,
It was
and
great.
it was again nobody left the cell, and they still put on a great match. There was no crazy high spots with the exception of that power bomb.
And
Well, the referee left. So.
Yeah, and Jericho came in, but they never spilled out of the
Rollins-
cell. And
I know. I was
Rollins did that crazy top turnbuckle move where he adjusts himself midair.
The corkscrew
Yes.
thing? Yeah.
yes,
That was
There's a
that was
name. There's a
impressive.
name for that I used to know.
Also,
Thunderbomb.
you can't say there was no big spots.
I know.
The referee took a fire hydrant to a fire extinguisher to the face mid-match.
I feel like a fire hydrant to the face would have been devastating.
Why would a fire hydrant be under the ring?
There's cases of fire, man.
Why would
So much
anything
more-
be under the ring?
So much more useful than a fire extinguisher. You could put out a fire from a long distance, as long as the hose is down there. If not, then that's
Or cool
useless.
off inner city children mid-match.
What? Oh, so it's because it's summertime and it's hot. Okay, I get it.
I feel like the next big SummerSlam match should be the fire hydrant match.
What are they gonna go out in the street and open up a fire extinguisher?
No, there's a fire hydrant under the ring.
They can do it just like the backlot brawl.
Or the trick or street fight?
We'll
They
get
do
to
that. They do that every holiday.
We'll get to that in a minute.
But the big spot was the power bomb through the double tables, which I thought was set up pretty cleverly and taken pretty
Yeah,
cleverly.
I like that also.
The power
It's a different way to set up tables.
the power bomb onto the chair was nice. I feel like we don't get enough chair spots lately, and that was nice without a chair to the
That
head.
table
I
spot
agree.
propped up on the Hell in a Cell was also very enjoyable.
What we just said.
But Kevin Owens selling how mad he was that Seth Rollins had already set up the table before him wasn't very nice.
Yeah, that's on my list.
Kevin Owens is perfect at those little moments in the match where he just starts yelling on things that aren't on mic. It's fantastic.
There
And
was
he's loud enough.
There
He's
was
loud
a
enough
great
to hear
moment
it.
where Rollins was doing the whole like, "This is my ring. I'm the best. I'm the greatest," and Owens reversed something and just goes, "Shut up!" And that was one of my
There's-
favorite parts of the match.
I don't like Seth Rollins as a face, but
Two things. One, they complete like the Raw before they had Rollins beat Jericho and Owens by himself, which makes it ridiculous. And why are you clapping, bud?
we're watching the TLC match, and as a child when I watched this, I was rooting for the Hardy Boys. But now, as I've adulted, I feel like I really want Edge and Christian to win, and they do. So that's really cool.
Whoa!
All right.
Spoiler, bro.
Oh, spoiler alert! Spoiler
I'm only
alert!
on WrestleMania X6.
All right.
And the other thing is, I completely forgot. So forget I mentioned it. Let's keep going.
All right,
All
so,
right, so
I
let's
mean,
go into the women's championship. match, the main
let's
event.
wrap up Owens Rollins. We're all happy with the outcome. We all saw that coming. We're good with Rollins transitioning to Jericho. It seems.
I would assume so, but I don't know where they take Owens from here unless they put him with Reigns.
I
Okay,
personally
no.
think it's going to be triple threat status. They might as well just keep Rollins in the Universal title picture.
Yeah, but again, that just
feel like
makes
it's gonna be
Owens mean nothing.
I feel like it's going more towards the direction of Owens and Jericho, not Rollins. I feel like Triple H is going to come in at Survivor Series, and him and Rollins will start.
Triple H is never coming back. He doesn't
Triple
care
H-
about us. He doesn't care about explaining what he did to Owens. That's over.
That's gonna be held off for WrestleMania because Triple H is gonna wrestle at WrestleMania.
They're gonna push towards that soon enough. I don't think Rollins.
This is one hell of a cliffhanger.
Oh, it's one of the. It's besides what's in the lockbox with the McMahons. It's one of the best cliffhangers that we've had in recent times.
What was the lockbox?
They were teasing before WrestleMania with Shane McMahon coming back, and they mentioned the lockbox, but they never brought it up again. And I want to know what's in the goddamn lockbox.
It's clearly Vince McMahon World War II crimes that he profited.
Or maybe it was what's his name, Marcellus Wallace's soul.
That's a different conversation for a different time.
So,
all right, now to the women's pay-per-view main event, first ever Hell in a Cell. Can we get on this? Because I want to get on both of them.
I enjoyed it. Paul doesn't.
I don't understand.
Paul, did you hate it or did you just not love it?
I just didn't really love it. It's not that I hated it. Those two are really talented. The stretcher job was
awful.
Ridiculous.
That was god awful. That was stupid.
It didn't need to be
Daniel Bryan, Mick Foley nonsense.
Yeah, it didn't need to be done. I thought that really.
I
thought that really was unnecessary.
I enjoyed the whole before the bell ringing, Charlotte getting her out of the ring, them going to the crowd.
Oh, Charlotte that whole time was excellent.
Yes.
Sasha also did what she was supposed to do. I don't like the situation she was in because it was corny, but Charlotte did everything possible to.
But everything leading up to Stretcher, I thought, was a fantastic start to a match. Her throwing her
that powerbomb.
Leading up to the powerbomb, going into the crowd, fighting the crowd for a little bit, teasing us that they're going to the top of the hell. And then I was like, I really want this. And I was like, no, I don't think this is a good idea for either of those two people.
It's a cell, man. It's not a hell.
Huh?
The hell's in the cell. That's not the construction's not hell.
There we go.
He's right.
The top of hell. Cell. And then the powerbomb that Charlotte got a little too ambitious on and almost murdered Sasha.
I don't want to say they try too hard, but they're gonna hurt each other.
They take chances that they probably shouldn't.
Yes, they always do. Not just in that match.
But it was good. How about when Charlotte threw Sasha and she caught herself on the cell and wound up using that to turn back and jump into Charlotte? Don't remember exactly how that went down. I remember her catching herself on the cage.
What's the move that Sasha does with the knees?
The bank statement. Well,
no, in the corner. When she lays you on the ropes and then with the chair underneath, that was kind of dangerous, man.
I somehow feel this was the safest match the two of them wrestled against each other, and it's crazy to say.
That's just because Charlotte didn't backflip off of something like a crazy person.
Well, there was that rumor, right, that she wanted to moonsault off the Hell in the Cell.
I feel like there's no way anybody would ever allow that to happen.
That's definitely just an internet rumor made up
no
by some
way,
imbecile.
Even if somebody did bring it up, no, you're an idiot. Nobody's gonna do a backflip off this fucking cell.
They would let Shane do it.
No, Shane wouldn't do that.
No, they wouldn't let Shane do it.
5 years ago, he might have. Fell off.
I will say, without a doubt, that some imbecile on the internet made that rumor up. Speaking of,
and we have that imbecile here, everybody.
Speaking of imbeciles, I have some points I want to point out to that match.
Go for it.
Sasha's Eddie Guerrero thing, I am way tired of that.
Oh, yeah. It's for Eddie.
Eddie's her mentor. They met once.
I'm so sick of Eddie Guerrero. Not Eddie Guerrero. I'm so sick of Sasha idolizing Eddie Guerrero. I get it. You love the man.
It was really cool that she came out in a Cadillac that drove maybe 3.5 feet. That was really cool.
What was with all the fucking security guards next to the Cadillac? Lame. Anyway, before we start wrapping this up, I have a comment one of our Instagram followers made on our page. I asked how everyone enjoyed that match, and the fearless King Shah said, even though I'm not happy with the result, I'm super proud of these ladies. They have made history like a champion, not just the boss, not just the queen, just champions to me. And I think he's right. That was a good match. He made some history there. main event in the pay-per-view, and first ever women's on Cell. I think we got a lot of first evers to come, and both these ladies.
Do you guys have a problem with Sasha not breaking the table at the end of that match?
No, she's a tiny little person.
Yeah, I don't know
95
why they
pounds?
thought they were going to do that.
That was very clearly supposed to break.
She weighs 100 pounds.
It made the finish.
Maybe
It made
more.
the finish a little sloppy.
Yeah, but
Hold on. How come you have a problem with her not breaking through the multiple times not breaking through the table, but Shane McMahon not going through the glass multiple times is it's an extremely memorable moment.
Because they kept trying.
yeah, but they
women
kept
kept
trying
trying
this
too.
time, too.
And then they're like, all right, let's just pin it. Shane McMahon has stick-to-itiveness. I would like to see some more of that from the women's division. Stick-to-itiveness.
We're getting there. We're getting there.
I think
I am very happy with the way the women's division's going. And I'm
Stick it.
looking forward to seeing
To it.
Sasha,
you're
Sasha,
happy with the
Bayley,
way the
Charlotte,
women's division's going.
Becky. I'm very happy with the way the women's division's going.
I'm not extremely happy with the way the women's division's going. I'm happy with the way Charlotte and Sasha are going.
It's over. It's over now. It's
Yeah.
over now. It has
And
to.
where do they
Gonna
go?
come into the mix.
It's where they go.
It's over
Ba-
for now.
It's
We have
they're gonna do Survivor Series,
some
and then we're gonna get
exciting-
Bailey, Charlotte.
some
Bailey
exciting things
should
happening.
not. I don't think Bailey's ready
The-
for all that.
The thing to go from there though is they made a point. I think they made a point on Raw to mention that Charlotte's never lost a pay-per-view match.
They did that,
13-0.
during the
Oh,
pay-per-view. They said it.
They've done that for 13 pay-per-views.
I haven't heard that mentioned before. I was surprised to see that.
I've
I
known
think
that.
this is something they push till WrestleMania, and I think
Oh yeah.
Bailey ends up taking it.
Absolutely.
at
Bailey will
WrestleMania.
lose a handful of times, and then Nia Jax, who I don't think should be wrestling. He looks awful.
I
That's not
like
body
Nia
shaming.
Jax. She's like the
Yeah, I have no problem with her being ugly.
Oh, that's not what I'm saying. She looks awful in the ring. Like she against Bailey on Monday night. It wasn't good. She wasn't selling anything. She was stumbling
She's
and
not
bumbling.
supposed to sell anything.
She was
Well,
playing
she
the
was-
Brock Lesnar role on Monday night.
I understand that, but even at the point where she was almost getting knocked down, and there was the drop kicks, and she just kind of stood there and like, you're gonna sell the I'm about to fall down. Sell the I'm about to fall down. Don't
She
just
dropped
stand
to a
there.
knee at one point. That's a Big Show move.
That's all she did,
It's
man.
a Big Show move.
Big Show sells better than. All right. All right.
Big Show is super underrated, guys.
He is super underrated.
All right.
He's
So
also
we're,
he's also boring.
so we're gonna wrap up Hell in a Cell.
He cried when he punched Dusty Rhodes.
Well, I feel like
He
during
did.
this conversation we already started transitioning to the Nia Jax match, so maybe we should just jump into that.
If anyone has anything to say about the Nia Jax match,
I have zero to say about it except
They very
they're
barely.
gonna run the same thing they ran through with Bailey in NXT, where she looks like she's the loser, but she comes up winning in the end, which worked for her there. So I can imagine it's gonna
so
work.
that's kind of like the Ziggler thing a little bit, though.
Yeah, except they're never gonna do anything with Ziggler at the end of the day. Like he's not gonna get any bigger than he is. Yeah. He's eventually just going to be a Fox News correspondent and stand-up comedian.
Is he a conservative leaning?
I don't know. It's either that or he's sleeping with Kennedy. So I can't figure that out.
Wait. Kennedy from MTV?
She's Kennedy from Fox News now, man.
Whoa, Kennedy's on Fox News?
Yeah, she has a show.
I don't know who we're talking about. I don't know how we transitioned from Nia Jax to some random.
I have to
ass
watch
person.
this. What time is Kennedy's show on Fox News?
I don't have the cable schedule on me right now, but I'm sure it's Googleable.
All right, well, I'm going to do that right now. I'll see you guys in
So,
2.5 minutes.
Well, now that we're in Monday Night Raw, let's bring up the opening segment. What do you guys think about Goldberg and Paul Heyman?
I thought Goldberg looked awful when he started throwing hands with Rusev. I have very low expectations.
Goldberg did
Very low
acknowledge
expectations for
that.
the way this is going to go.
Goldberg did acknowledge that on his Twitter account, saying it was ring rust. So, I mean, at least he knows it was sloppy.
It was bad, and you're in there with a guy that is generally good at most things with Rusev. There aren't too many things at Rusev that fall flat.
He got that big boy up though.
Yeah, the jackknife was good. The spear on Heyman was bad.
I mean, you're not gonna go full force. Like I'm gonna stiff spear a fat old man. I feel like that was half the problem.
Now, I know it's probably not going to happen, but Rusev coming in with Paul Heyman there. Rusev as a Paul Heyman guy, how great would that be?
It didn't work for anybody like Curtis Axel
It
or.
worked for CM Punk.
But people already like Rusev, and Paul Heyman's good at what he does.
I think Rusev needs to stop and
Curtis
just
Axel's a
turn
chump.
full
Curtis
face.
Axel is only there because of his father.
Mr.
I don't like
Irrelevant.
Curtis Axel. I will never like Curtis Axel.
It's bad because
Curtis
his father
Axel
was so
should-
amazing.
Curtis Axel shouldn't be on. He shouldn't be in the WWE.
He
He's
looked pretty
second
over in
rate
Minnesota.
wrestler. He belongs in TNA. He does not belong in the main stage. He's useless.
I don't
The
wholeheartedly.
only
agree
gimmick
with
that ever worked for him was the Axelmania. He sat there and imitated Hulk Hogan, so people cheered.
There's important roles for people like Curtis Axel in WWE. Not everybody can be the greatest, man.
Yeah, he's a jobber.
Yeah, you need jobbers.
Yeah, but I don't like him.
Hey, quit
He's a-
audibly clapping to the thing that we can't
Well,
see.
because Lita just took her shirt off and she only has her bra on, and then the Dudleys gave her 3D.
I love Lita.
Classic attitude error.
I love Lita.
I'm not a big fan.
I didn't care for her that much growing up.
He
I'm
did
a fan.
flips off of stuff. That was cool, but like that was it.
She was
I
cool.
preferred. I
I
preferred when
wondering
she
what-
was with S.A. Rios.
I was just gonna say that was my question. What happened to S.A. Rios? Can anybody tell me? Adam, fax machine, go.
I feel
Find out
like
what happened to
we
S.A.
could.
Rios.
He's,
I
probably, he's dead for all I care. I really don't know.
S.A. Rios is that little bit of value on life that Adam's not even gonna look up what happened to him. He's just gonna lie and tell me he's dead. So you heard the breaking news.
Well, if you want me to look it up, I'll look it up. But...
Breaking news here on Kayfabe only. Breaking news is spelled Knews, and S.A. Rios pronounced dead.
I'm gonna stay off topic here, but I think it's Lita. As much as I didn't necessarily enjoy her, she's important to the greater scheme of wrestling history because she contributed to the brokenness of Matt Hardy. She may have originally broken him, and without broken Matt Hardy,
Were any of us without Broken Matt Hardy?
Yeah.
I mean,
I dig it.
So, guys, according to
I-
Wikipedia, S.A. Rios is dead.
wait for real?
That's not
Oh.
true.
S.A.
That's
Rios
not true.
died
That can't.
November 1st of this year.
Get out of here.
2 days ago?
Totally made up. Let's keep moving.
All right. S.A. Rios is dead. You
A
can
lot-
tell your friends that one.
S.A. Rios
Kayfabe-
alive and
Kayfabe
well.
only brother has called it. Dead today. November 3rd, 2016.
Anything else from Raw?
9:19.
Anything else from Raw you guys want to talk about?
I mean, whatever day you listen to this, we're live.
I really thought there was a chance that Jericho would win the title in the
Yeah,
main
that would have
event.
been so cool. I was really hoping for that myself. He's
Uh,
never had the U.S. Championship.
I really don't have anything. I haven't had anything to say about Raw in weeks because it has not been a good show. SmackDown is
I
far
got some
superior at
things
this
I want
point.
to say about Raw. I'm
Let's run it
you
down,
guys are
Chris.
gonna yell at me for this. I'm very happy with Braun Strowman. I like what's going on with
Okay.
him. He's a big guy. He seems like his in-ring performance has gotten much better.
He's a big
than
guy.
it was. I don't know. I enjoy him going in there throwing people around. He probably buried Sami Zayn forever because that happened 2 weeks in a row. But anyway, I like it. I like him yelling at McFoley. I like that he's in the Survivor Series match. I'm looking forward to that.
I'm really disappointed that, and we'll get there, but that Ellsworth wasn't named to the SmackDown team, so he gets his pin over Braun Strowman at Survivor Series because it would have been an incredible moment.
There's a chance Braun Strowman screws up and actually kills James Ellsworth.
Okay.
All right, so you want to move into SmackDown now
You got
that
anything,
we
else,
said
you got
that?
anything else for Raw?
I mean, the Trick or Street fight was ridiculous, and they kind of botched the pumpkin on Gallows' head. But other than that, it was funny, and I enjoyed it. How you doing?
All right, SmackDown.
SmackDown.
It's a television program on Tuesday nights on the USA Network. Check your local
I watched
listings.
SmackDown. I didn't take notes for SmackDown, though.
What are you guys thinking about the Bray Wyatt Randy Orton storyline?
what was the
I hope it means things for Luke Harper.
I think it will mean things for Luke Harper. I like Randy Orton being in that role because I don't know, what else is Randy Orton gonna do?
I very much like Randy Orton's role. I like that he's part of the Wyatt family. I like that Luke Harper did not seem too happy that he's there kind of trying to jump into Bray's right-hand man, and that was Harper's role. I feel like this might be a point where Harper might eventually stray away from Bray and start doing his own thing down the line.
I get sad every time I see Bray Wyatt and think about that one match he had as a babyface with Roman Reigns because it was awesome. And then he got hurt, and they just completely forgot that existed and went back to doing the same old thing with Bray Wyatt every single week. And he does not want to feud ever.
You mean pull superstars into his little clan, and then people forget about that a month later?
Yeah, it's exactly. And he loses every match.
Was this the third time they've done this?
I had some breaking news coming in.
Breaking news, kayfabe only, brother.
Per Wikipedia, S.A. Rios hasn't wrestled a match since 2013 when he was in a 10-man steel cage match and lost his hair. Also, his last...
Wait. Does it say how he lost his hair? Did he lose and then they cut his hair off?
Oh, yeah, he didn't
during
get
a
caught
spot.
In the cage. No,
okay.
It was a lose your hair match, I'm assuming. He lost his hair to Shocker in a 10-man steel cage match. And his biggest match before that was in 2010 when he wrestled Psychosis 2.
Psychosis 2?
2.
Sequel's never as good as the original.
By the way, ladies and
it looks
gentlemen,
like Psychosis but red.
that was breaking news from the fax machine himself.
Mighty Ducks 2 was pretty damn good. I enjoyed that first. Anyway, back to SmackDown. Take it away, Paulie.
I talked about the Bray Wyatt thing from SmackDown. Other than that, the only other thing that I actually saw was the main event, which they're going to do the same exact main event. Raw and SmackDown have a problem. They don't have enough wrestlers because every main event is the same. It's the same wrestler.
Only there was a way where they can have each other's rosters wrestle in their show.
Wait, time out. They have limited rosters, and SmackDown has a smaller roster. I really appreciate how much better SmackDown is at storytelling. I appreciate the fact that Ellsworth is being used completely perfectly. He's an idiot that is not a good wrestler, and somehow we all care about him very much so.
At this point, though, it's got to be the end of Ellsworth.
It's got to be the end. The fact that Ellsworth's going to wind up
unless
club. He's gonna wind up helping.
A heel turn would be amazing. I would like a white chinless Virgil. To be honest,
I really want Ellsworth to be the Gel Briscoe to AJ Styles as Vince McMahon.
I feel like they keep him around doing like the Crash Holly thing for a while, and then he ends up somehow in the Final Four of the Royal Rumble.
Don't you ever talk bad about the late Crash Holly? I
wasn't talking bad. I thought it'd be a good thing for him to do. And then somehow Ellsworth ends up late in the Royal Rumble. Crowd gets behind him, and then he gets eliminated. That's really the end of James Ellsworth.
Wait. Did you say him and Braun Strowman? He eliminates Braun Strowman in the Royal Rumble?
That would be incredible. That would be an incredible moment.
How's Heath Slater doing post Gold?
We care about him.
Heath Slater. I feel like I don't see him enough, though.
Heath is great, and I hope Rhino wins the political thing that he's going for.
And I hope he goes and does his political nonsense with his stupid title, and Heath Slater helps him do everything politically. I'm not talking good.
As stupid as that title is, it is still way nicer than the Raw titles. I know it's the same title, just different colors, but the colors on the SmackDown one look so much nicer than them ugly copper ones on Raw. But in general, those titles need to go. And Paul's
You mean the belts, not the actual.
No, the tag team titles could stay. I mean, them belts, yes. Those physical belts, not the titles themselves. They need to get new belts. The stupid Spartan helmets, and one of them look like pennies. The other ones look like nickels. I hate it. I hate it so much.
Now, can we just get to what the first episode we decided we were going to go over? Just we each going to pick our favorite match and kind of go over why that was the case.
We each didn't pick our favorite match. CJ picked my favorite match.
Okay, so
we can have the same favorite match, man.
I know, but I mean, we're not going to double watch the match and double talk about it. So I picked a different
good news!
Match.
I didn't watch it.
Oh well, I did. So,
I've got two favorite matches.
Starting off, we'll start off with Paul's favorite match. Paul, you can take this from here.
Yeah, I picked the Shield versus the Rhodes Brothers from Battleground 2013. I mean, the main reason why is just I love anything involving Dusty Rhodes. And Dusty Rhodes being a happy old man and just being so proud, like it's still great to them. Everybody was perfect in that. Even like even down to like Dean Ambrose shitty douchebag hair was at the perfect moment in their career. Everybody was at their perfect moment in their career. And I can't believe that they couldn't make anything better out of that for Cody and Goldust. Somehow out of that, what we're left with is the Golden Truth. It doesn't make any sense.
At least we got the Golden Truth.
Golden Truth is hilarious, and I love it.
But Paul's right. They looked super strong after that match, the Rhodes, and they kind of went nowhere from there. I want to bring up.
I mean, I know why I like the match, but did you guys like going back and watching it? Did you guys end up liking it?
I watched it today. This is the first time I ever watched that match.
Same here.
I really enjoyed that match. I am not a fan of the Shield. I've always loved all three members.
Time out, Chris. So let's get this straight. You're not a fan of the Shield, but you think the Golden Truth is hilarious.
They're hilarious.
Okay, all right. No, I just wanted to clarify that, but keep going.
All right, so I never really cared for the Shield. I didn't like them. Plain and simple. I think Dean Ambrose looks like one of the McPoyle brothers from Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Never mind that. So I watched the match today. I liked it. I liked that if they lost, the Rhodes were out, never to return. I always like that stipulation, and you'll see when we get to my favorite match. I don't know. I thought it was good. I thought it was great wrestling. They really did capture your emotions. All in all, I thought it was great, especially the ending when they all came in the ring and you had the American Dream playing, and Dusty comes in and hugs his two sons. It was just that's good TV.
Yeah, my problem ends up being like I love the match, but I just think there's so many missed opportunities from the whole thing.
Cody Rhodes could have done a lot better, and I'm kind of happy he left. I think he'll come back a better man for it.
I've also never seen the match, and watching it made me miss Cody Rhodes and not realize how much I actually did miss Cody Rhodes. Again, he had a bunch of missed opportunities. A lot from the video package beforehand, the build up. Cody Rhodes' mother's Cuban.
Yeah. Dusty gets down with the Cubans.
Okay,
he spent a lot of time in Florida, man.
That's good to know.
Cubans have the American Dream too.
Cubans are big fans of the American Dream.
I really appreciated that the week before the pay-per-view, when Triple H and Stephanie were talking to the Rhodes in the ring, they all came out dressed looking very nice in suits and such, and Goldust had his gold makeup on. That was
I actually wrote that down. I wrote that down in my notes.
That was very awesome.
I wrote that down in my notes. It's incredible.
The one thing I didn't like about the match was the promo right before the match. Dusty kind of cut the Hard Times promo again. I didn't really appreciate that too much. I like the callback to it, but I didn't really appreciate it.
You should love anything about the Hard Times promo. It's the greatest promo in the history of wrestling.
I haven't seen too many. What's Samoa Joe's finisher called?
The Coquina Clutch? Or are you talking about the Muscle Buster?
The Muscle Buster. Cody Rhodes often does that, or I haven't seen many Cody Rhodes matches, to be perfectly honest with you. He pulled it off in this match.
When Cody Rhodes catches white hot babyface fire like he did in the one TLC match that Sandow won, he will do it from time to time. And I think that's like as Cody Rhodes like somehow catches like superpowers and starts doing moves only then, I think that adds to it. But yeah, he pulled it off. It was awesome.
Paul, you should get another thing I'd like tattooed on your thigh.
I don't. That's Shinfo. Another thing I'd like to bring up again, pre-match. Not the match was amazing, by the way. I'm not trying to avoid the match because it wasn't any good, but I didn't realize Renee Young was with the company at that point.
It was only 3 years ago.
That was 2013.
I thought she was rather new. I'm sorry. I did not watch. That's literally right before I started watching again.
Yeah, I'm with Adam on that. I wasn't watching that often because the network had not come out yet, and at that point I wasn't looking to spend the $50 a month on the pay-per-views. Now I watch Raw, SmackDown, and every pay-per-view, so I guess they won me over with the network, so good job.
CJ, I know you didn't watch it this time. Have you seen the match before?
I have not seen that match before, no.
Well, you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah, good job. Great addition to the.
Good job helping out our first episode by doing what we asked you to do.
I blame the Chicago Cubs and the Cleveland Indians for playing baseball forever.
I watched that game and I did my homework.
Yeah, me too. You get out of work at 2. I don't.
I got out of work at 4 o'clock. Thank you.
Yeah, get out of work.
All right, thanks for that. So moving on from my match, who was up next?
My favorite match of all time is, and this it wasn't that easy. It's definitely my favorite match, but I had a couple other ones I thought about. But my favorite match of all time is the Triple H Cactus Jack No Way Out 2000. It was a Hell in a Cell match. Very much like Paul's favorite match, there was a stipulation on the line. If Cactus Jack loses, Cactus Jack will have to retire. And not just Cactus Jack, McFoley in general was going to have to retire. I enjoyed it. Little side note here, Triple H has been my favorite wrestler since I was a kid.
All right, so time out, real quick. So you hated the Shield, you think the Golden Truth is hilarious, and Triple H is your favorite wrestler?
Triple H has been my favorite wrestler since I was about 10
you
years
are
old.
the opposite of the internet.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
pretty
just wanted to clear that up, but keep going.
So first of all, that's my favorite Triple H music. The My Time or Our Time. I feel like they've changed the name. It was My Time at one point, or Our Time, and then China and him weren't together, and it went to My Time. Regardless, that was my favorite Triple H music. The match was just good. It starts out, they have a ton of locks on the cell because leading into the match, Mick said that, or Cactus Jack said he was gonna jump off the top of the cage onto Triple H. I mean, everything. I enjoyed everything about that match. It had everything you want in a Hell in a Cell between Triple H and Cactus Jack. I mean, you had the bat with the barbed wire. You have Mick going through the cell, through the ring. That's what I meant. And then I just want to put a quote. While I was watching, I rewatched it again today, and I heard the King say, "What could be worse than a 2x4 with barbed wire?" And then Cactus Jack lights it on fire immediately after he says that. It was very good timing. I enjoyed that. I don't know. It's just a good match. There was everything you want. Stephanie with her evil laugh as Triple H starts beating Cactus Jack with the barbed wire.
It was kind of nuts that he went through the cell into the ring, and Triple H looked so concerned, and Stephanie is just laughing and cheering it on. It was kind of creepy, and it was awesome.
It was great. I liked the way Triple H climbed down the hanging piece of cell to get into the ring and eventually pin Mick. I don't know. I liked it. What did you guys think of my favorite match?
Wait, hold on, before you say anything, I just want to know why the 2x4 was hidden under the timekeeper's table, and nobody fucking knew that there was a goddamn barbed wire 2x4 sitting down there the whole pay-per-view. Go ahead.
Maybe the timekeeper is Cactus Jack's friend.
I just, going back and looking at the match, I always enjoyed the Royal Rumble match from the month before better. It's a good match and everything, but I think just kind of at the end, it loses something that he came back the very next month. He didn't even come back the next month. He came back weeks later. So I mean, it takes away from the stipulation,
it led into that whole McMahon in every corner fatal 4-way.
Terrible match, yeah. But the match itself, nothing to complain about. Ridiculous stuff by Mick Foley as always. So.
Yeah, it's what you want in a Mick Foley Hell in a Cell. You have him go off the side of the cell. You have him go through the cell.
Do you guys think there'll ever be another person that goes through the cell?
Yes.
Yeah. Maybe. I do have to say this.
I think going off is way easier to choreograph.
Triple H.
Agree with you, but I think it'll happen again.
Be one of the greatest bleeders the WWE has ever had.
So you're not counting. You're not counting. You're not counting Ric Flair, Dusty Rhodes.
And his whole. I said one of.
I haven't. I just watched the match today, and I didn't watch the Raw afterwards. But I guarantee you, Triple H had a huge bandage on the upper left-hand side of his forehead.
Is the best part. He puts one little cut. His whole head is covered in blood.
Was that?
And then, like Adam said, the next day he's got the huge band-aid on his forehead.
That was the third Hell in a Cell match.
That's a great question.
I'm pretty sure it was. I mean, that's how the video package presented it.
It did make it seem like that.
What I took away from the match was I haven't gone back and watched the match from that era in a real long time, and the chair shots to the head. I guess I was a little jaded when that was going on, and I was a little younger. But they're very, very vicious looking, and I'm kind of happy that the wrestlers don't have to do it. And it's kind of insane that Mick Foley never protected himself when he took a chair shot.
Even more insane that he never had to take time off for concussion.
That was the 6th Hell in a Cell
That
match.
was I'm sorry.
Hell in a
Mick
Cell
Foley
match.
wasn't in that match. That was Cactus Jack taking the chair shots. I apologize. Wait, what were the 3 in between?
Here you go.
There was
Shawn Michaels defeats The Undertaker.
Yeah,
the next one is one nobody will remember.
Taker and Stone Cold defeat Mankind and Kane.
That's on a Raw
That
episode.
was on Raw.
It was on Raw.
I
in
remember watching
1988.
that. Paul Bearer locked himself into the cell, and the Undertaker popped up underneath through the cell.
Here's a little known one.
That was a great Raw.
Here's a little known one. Undertaker defeats Mankind at King of the Ring in '98. I don't recall that one.
I don't remember that one. I don't think there's anything memorable
We should
about that one.
probably-
Oh, what that was the rematch of? Wait, was that the one or is that the rematch?
We should
Wait.
probably watch that and cover it one week.
Yeah, I don't. We should probably go with that hidden gem that no one's ever seen.
Mankind versus Kane to a no contest. Raw's
That's-
War '98.
First one though, ain't it?
they only had one, didn't they?
By the way, right at
First ever
so
Hell in
the
a Cell.
trend.
Shawn Michaels.
I'm sorry.
Right at-
number 5
yes.
is the greatest Hell in a Cell match to have ever existed, where the Undertaker murders the Big Boss Man.
He does.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Amazing. Big Boss Man is currently dead.
The Big Boss Man the Big Boss Man was once hung from a Hell in a Cell. He then fed Al Snow his dog Pepper and dragged the Big Show's father's casket away from the funeral. The Big Boss Man really is
Big
underrated.
Boss Man is still just an average law enforcement official.
He did none of those things to black people. So
CJ does not.
I do have a match. I had I have WrestleMania 10.
Hold on,
Ladder
before we go to Cam's match, I just want to bring up again pre-match. They cut the promo for the match, and in between the entrances and the promo, Kurt Angle had had both the Intercontinental and the European title around his waist.
This is Grizz's match.
Yes. So walking to his car singing "We Are the Champions," and I bring that up because I miss Kurt Angle in the WWE. I really
Actually,
and then
can we
China
segue that
and
into-
Chris Jericho beat the crap out of him and then lock him in his own trunk,
This
Can-
is
and then
true.
they walk away laughing.
can we segue that into the match Adam picked, which was Kurt Angle and Shawn Michaels? Since he was just bringing up how much he misses Kurt Angle,
That's not the match Adam picked.
I didn't pick that match.
That was one he said if he didn't pick the match he picked, that would have been the one.
oh well, I definitely watched Kurt Angle and Shawn Michaels because I thought you picked that.
Smart man.
All right. So
I mean,
Paul,
it's
what did you feel about that match?
I disliked it a whole lot. Like I do not miss that version of Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle with the hair was fantastic. Bald Kurt Angle, not for me. I was out.
So
Kurt Angle is even better.
You're wrong.
I enjoy
You're wrong.
all Kurt Angles.
The match
Kurt
just took a
Kurt
long.
Angle on painkillers is awesome. It wasn't awesome for his body, but it was awesome for all of us.
You don't know what those painkillers were doing to his body.
Grizz enjoys
pretty sure
watching
they were.
Kurt from all angles.
Yeah.
Talking about Kurt Loder, right?
Okay. Cam's favorite match, and he stole from mine, was WrestleMania 10.
WrestleMania 10, the
Favorite
first ever
Razor
ladder
Ramon.
match, because Razor Ramon decided that he needed his own goddamn Intercontinental Championship.
That's
That's
not
not
what
true.
happened. That's not what happened at
Shawn
all.
Michaels got beat up in a bar for having a big mouth, and he got taken off the road. So they had Razor win the belt, but not from Shawn
That
Michaels.
is not what happened.
The name of this podcast is Kayfabe Only Brother. So let's stick with the Kayfabe storyline.
Heartbreak Kid was not defending his Intercontinental title enough, so he was stripped of the title, and Razor Ramon won it in a battle royal, and then Shawn Michaels refused to acknowledge that, so he made his own title belt.
Wait, was HBK the heel in that match?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it since I was a kid. I remember a lot about it.
Good
you
thing
have-
you picked it as your favorite match.
If you have a mullet, you're a heel.
Razor
Razor
Ramon
Razor Ramon had a mullet.
also had a mullet.
Shut the fuck up. Trying to prove a point.
So this is the first ever ladder match. I chose it because this is the first time as a kid I watched the match. I'm like, holy shit, this isn't a normal wrestling match. These guys are really fucking hurting each other. Probably not hurting each other. And I was thoroughly entertained. It's got one of my favorite wrestlers of all time, Scott Hall.
No, Scott Hall was not in that match.
Scott Hall was not in that match.
Razor Ramon. It's got Diesel.
Got Earl Hebner.
It's Scott Earl Hebner. I was gonna say
Earl Hebner. It really is a sign of a great match. You go back and you see Earl Hebner in your main event, and you're getting excited to watch that match.
Earl Hebner was the referee in the Triple H Cactus Jack Hell in the Cell match as well.
I gotta say, in that ladder match, I really enjoyed when Razor was laying in the ring and Sean got on top of the ladder from the corner and had it fall on top of Razor. I mean, it doesn't seem like much after all the crazy shit we've seen now, but at the time, that was pretty wild.
Here's what stood out to me as a kid was Razor Ramon's entrance to the ring straight underneath the ladder. Because
he don't care, man. He's the bad guy.
He's the bad guy.
Damn good at selling everything. I was like,
that damn good was Triple H's thing.
It makes me sad that alcohol ruined Scott Hall because he really had he was just great at everything.
Guy was like 6'7",
and he didn't even need the title.
I wish he purposely
and he was only the
didn't
medium
want the
guy.
title.
Yeah.
I have to say that I didn't see that match live or in the time period, and I would say I was balls deep into wrestling in 1997, 8ish.
One way to put
and
it.
They had always referenced Shawn Michaels as the king of the ladder match. So going back and watching the VHS on the Coliseum home video, I assumed Shawn Michaels won, and I've never seen a pre-recorded sporting event that I've completely flipped out for. When I realized that he was stuck in the ropes and Razor was actually going to win that match, and I cheered like crazy for a match that happened 4 or 5 years earlier, and that was awesome. That's one of the greatest matches I've ever seen. Also, that ladder is not anywhere close to the ladder they use nowadays. It's at least 3 times heavier and 10 times more sturdy. And
that ladder they used in that match was straight from Home Depot. They didn't get
it still had the stickers on it.
Yeah, that's a real fiberglass ladder. They use those light aluminum ladders.
Yeah, no, that ladder was heavy, and they were murdering each other with that ladder.
The ladders are much bigger now, but they're aluminum. They're light. They're not.
At one point in the match,
that's the ladder that helped paralyze Artie Lang's father. That's how real that ladder was.
At one point in that match, Razor throws Shawn off the ladder and loses his balance, and that ladder it folds, and the ladder's still a decent ladder after that. That's how strong that ladder is. Also, at the end of the match, when Razor's at the top of the ladder with the belts, celebrating, Earl Hebner pulled the most baller OSHA safe move ever, and he foots the ladder for him. While I really like that moment.
I think Earl Hebner must.
Be careful.
By the way, can we go back and watch all ladder matches and have Adam tell us what the OSHA rules are?
I feel like Chris would be much better at the OSHA safety rules than I would. But it was really nice that he footed. How big is that ladder? 12 feet?
That was I think it was only an 8 or 10 foot ladder.
No way, it was 8 foot. It was bigger than them.
10 foot ladder.
10.
12, maybe.
I assume 12.
I think it was a 10 foot ladder. To be honest with you, it wasn't that big.
You're at the top of a 12-foot ladder that he literally crushed 20 minutes earlier.
It was probably a 10-foot ladder.
Did I say 20 foot?
It was a 35-foot ladder, and the whole place was going wild.
Now you sound like Hulk Hogan is telling the story, and Ric Flair's going to tell you that they sold it out and did Broadway. So
there were at least 300,000 screaming Hulkamaniacs.
Ladder had to be 35, 40.
60-minute Broadway, brother.
One of the legs was broken, so they were using Ric Flair's robe as sturdy to help sturdy it out. It was wild. Man, wild times back in the 80s.
Beyond that, I mean, WrestleMania 10 is still like my bar for pay-per-views.
I think that was like WrestleMania 17 better.
WrestleMania 17 has a match.
WrestleMania 10
guys, before we go into this, I have to go back to that ladder match. I'm sorry. Keeping with the kayfabe only. Another storyline plot was after Shawn was upset that Razor had his title, he helped jump him with the IRS and got Razor Ramon's chain stolen. I just thought that was a really cool factor in the match.
With the IRS or with Aaron Shyster?
I thought that's the same thing. You're saying the same word.
No. IRS is the wrestler. The IRS is the Internal Revenue Service.
Yeah, the wrestler, the Internal Revenue Service.
Wait, who?
No, I'm talking about the wrestler.
Wait a second.
He didn't work for the IRS.
He
That's
did.
the Internal Revenue.
I hate to
He
break it to
did
you,
it. He was
but
an accountant.
Ted DiBiase, not worth $1 million.
Yeah, he's probably $1 billion by now, you idiot.
Wait a second.
He owned a man.
Whoa, all right. Next subject.
Whoa, racism.
Oh, and Vince McMahon commentating. I've always loved Vince McMahon commentating. He's nowhere near anywhere a good commentator, but I just
I'll take
always-
Vince McMahon over Michael Cole any day.
Vince McMahon is one of the best face commentators of all time.
No.
Yes.
he just
actually-
yells things.
In the match that you guys didn't watch, and I watched the Kurt Angle JR match, Kurt Angle Shawn Michaels match, Jim Ross just makes
JR.
JR just makes everything sound more important. Like it just, I miss him so much because right now Michael Cole makes everything sound like a goddamn infomercial.
I
Cole's
do-
reading off a piece of paper and whatever's in his ear. Jim Ross was reacting.
Can we get?
I gotta say this though. I do have to say this. I love that everybody, including Michael Cole, makes fun of Byron Saxton.
Look how young Yoda is.
Can we get a change.org petition for JR?
I don't care about ever seeing JR again.
Ooh.
What's
Wow.
done.
Ooh.
Wow, is that because you have a friend that has Bell's palsy?
Hot take?
It's Bell's palsy victims.
Adam
You
also
just-
has Bell's palsy.
We have many friends with Bell's palsy.
Too.
Yeah.
I didn't get
Anyway,
mine's like a deep tick, but continue.
nothing to do with his Bell's palsy. I just like he's gone. Him and Vince had their parting voice.
I wish I had a bell next to me so I could hold it up and say I got Paul's Bellsy. Damn.
Back to the WrestleMania.
Or you could just do
subject.
something crazy and then Paul's ballsy.
That was WrestleMania 10, and a fun note about that was right after that ladder match,
Give me your fun note.
they on air canceled the 10-man tag match because Jeff Jarrett's team couldn't come up with the team captain.
To be
I-
fair, every Jeff Jarrett match should be canceled.
Yeah, Jeff Jarrett is the worst.
That would have been a
We
better
all
reason,
agree-
though. They should have just said Jeff Jarrett sucks. We're canceling this match. Not, wow, Jeff Jarrett has these crazy sunglasses on that
On
are
the-
lighting up,
on-
and nobody
on the-
wants him to be captain.
Are we
on the
all in
Nitro-
agreement that Jeff Jarrett's a piece of shit?
On the
I'm
Nitro
sorry.
that Vince bought the company, they actually show him watching Nitro, and it's Jeff Jarrett on the screen, and I believe he fires him right there on
He
air.
absolutely
Nice.
does. He doesn't he spell it out incorrectly?
Also, I don't understand why, for so long in his career, Jeff Jarrett wore lingerie to the ring. Like, the white straps and everything, that was lingerie.
Lingerie.
He was 100% wearing lingerie. to the
Adam,
ring.
Yesterday.
how much
The
of
only
WrestleMania
good
10
thing
did you
about
catch?
Jeff Jarrett was his friend.
How much of what?
Blue
WrestleMania
Blazer,
10 did you
and
catch
he's
recently?
Oh.
How much did I catch? I
Yeah.
watched a bit of the Earthquake Macho Man match.
That's a weird match.
The title picture in WrestleMania 10 was insane. It was decided on a coin toss. The
Mhm.
match order. That was crazy.
Oh, that was that, but that was because they both had to have two matches. Because Owen fought Brett, which is an all-time class,
That-
probably the greatest opener to WrestleMania.
Did
That
Owen
is
come
one
out
of-
at the
that
end
was
of that
one on my
pay-per-view? When everybody was hugging Brett because he beat Yokozuna? By the way, he beat Yokozuna without stupid Hulk Hogan coming and stealing the title for no good
That's
reason.
crazy.
But this time he got to keep the title. But when everybody in the back came out, did Owen come out too or no?
No,
He did not.
no. Owen was plotting to bring Bob Backlund back at that point, so he
What a
could have.
shitty brother.
It's probably better off with Adam.
Rest in peace. Whoa, dude!
Oh, all I could say is Bob Backlund. What a great fucking guy.
The Black Bob Backlund? Bob Backlund?
Blackland Lives Matter.
Well, first of all, his name is Darren Young. Racist.
Have you ever looked at Darren Young's face? He looks exactly like John Cena, but black.
I like Darren Young. Maybe it's because he's from New
Are
Jersey.
you
He is Black John Cena. John Cena's black. John Cena's black.
I think that Darren Young is Black John Cena.
He looks exactly like him. Google it. Google it. What did he say?
I don't know.
He's got a full head of hair though. John Cena's bald as fuck.
Is that a true statement?
John Cena's bald as fuck.
Did you just burp it on the microphone?
Who? Me or Adam?
Adam.
The next match was my match. It was the TLC 2 at WrestleMania 17. I'm not going to lie, I didn't watch it because I was upset CJ stole my match. I have a decent memory of the match. But
TLC. You picked TLC 2, not TLC.
I picked the second one because that edge spot, spearing Jeff Hardy off the titles, was amazing.
I feel like the original TLC is far superior. I don't need them all to have a buddy that comes in the ring. I don't need Rhino. I don't need Spike, and I don't need Lita. Get the
Everybody
fuck out
needs
of here.
Rhino and Spike, you idiot.
My man.
Yeah. I
No.
agree.
Like, that's
I agree with
crazy.
all of this.
Besides that spot, they had the 4 tables built up. I feel like it was a more, it was a spot fest, and that's kind of why I liked it. But
Paul, remind me of TLC 1. What do you prefer to TLC 1?
was that at Madison Square Garden?
TLC 1, I believe, was at MSG.
Same teams, a triple threat.
Yeah, Dudley's
Man.
Dudley's Hardy, Edge, and Christian. It just felt new and at the time, and
Well,
I
it
just think
was
the second one was a retread. There was no reason for
So
it.
here's my
besides,
TLC 2 is
rematch
the
at
first.
WrestleMania.
TLC 2 is the first TLC match I saw live because at $60 a match, I only watched WrestleMania and Rumble.
$60 a match is insane. It was $60 a pay-per-view.
Oh, you know how I used to watch the pay-per-views as a kid? I would sit there and watch the Scrambly channel because the volume would come through, and every 10 minutes I would get to see the match for about 2 seconds.
Is that for real?
Yeah,
I've done it.
my mom wouldn't get the pay-per-views.
I've done it. We
But
used to watch.
I needed to know what happened because if I went to school on Monday and I didn't know what happened, you're a fucking dweeb.
I've done that, but not with wrestling.
I've done.
Oh yeah, well, that's how I used to watch my porns too. That's how I knew it would work for wrestling.
I did that with wrestling. We used to get the pay-per-views until around in your house 23, and my mom was like, "Wait a second, this is every month now." And we just.
I somehow convinced my mom to get the WCW and WWF.
yeah. Yeah,
it was $50 back then. It was.
I wasn't dropping. I was 10 years old. I didn't drop a damn thing.
Your parents
Me-
got
yeah.
$100 a month.
Me and my cousins would go over and we'd all get it at my grandparents' house. And my grandfather would tell us how stupid we are until Goldberg came on the screen, and then he told us that guy would beat anybody in a fight.
That's not true.
But
You're Greek, not Jewish.
that was the Irish side of the family.
That doesn't make any sense.
I did go to my uncle's house for one pay-per-view, and I picked the right one. It was the Armageddon where Miss Kitty took her top off, and I must have been, 10 or 11 years old.
Just
at that
started
time.
jerking off immediately.
Yo, it was great. I was sitting there on the couch. She takes her top off. I'm so happy. My uncle's happy. My aunt walks in the room, and my uncle goes, "Yeah, she just took her top off." Me and John were pretty happy about it. I don't know. I thought it was pretty
Wow,
cool.
that story was anticlimactic.
Oh yeah, I saw
I'm
boobs.
really
I
happy
was
it
11 years old when I saw
anticlimactic.
boobs. I was happy about that.
If
Where else was that story going?
If that story
Me
was
running
climatic, we
to
have
the
to
bathroom,
investigate
touch
his
myself.
uncle.
All right. If you guys have any, if you could make SmackDown or Raw better in one way, what would it be?
Combine them.
Oh, you don't like
Yeah.
I enjoy the split.
I get what they're doing. I get it.
And I don't like the split.
It gives more opportunities. Like,
Yeah.
the Royal Rumble is in doubt this year. You don't know who's going to win it. But you could end up somebody like fucking when Alberto Del Rio won. Who gives a shit?
But
like,
Yeah, but it got him a title, and
but you also, the
Mexico
problem with
gave
the
a
Royal
shit.
Rumble the last couple of years was
Paige gave a
Paige
shit.
gives a shit.
doesn't the split hurt NXT?
Oh, 1000%.
so I have an idea. So we do bet on each pay-per-view. Can we make a bet for WrestleMania that whoever gets the lowest score has to get the word Poppy tattooed on them?
No, that's gonna be me.
As long as it's on your finger. Speaking of the bet what the scores we're referring to, we do the scorecards that I received from Reddit.
Which we're gonna post on the Facebook page before every pay-per-view, correct?
Yes,
Yes,
I will.
This
have
way
the,
everyone
um,
can play. This way everyone can play along.
Do we have the young Redditors
Also-
handle?
Yeah, I want to give a shout out and credit to I'm pretty sure his Twitter and Reddit handle are exactly the same. I'm assuming it's a he. That was very mean of me, but
It's
all
wrestling.
core with a K, ALLKORE. Thank you very much for taking your time to make these awesome sheets that make every pay-per-view 10 times better.
Mhm.
But that's the sheets. That's the bet that Paul was referring to.
Yeah, we all fill them out, and we put money down, and whoever gets
No, we all just fill them out and do it for fun.
All right. Cam, how would you make Raw or SmackDown better?
More Jericho.
Grizz?
More Jericho.
I'm gonna have to go with more Breezango.
Okay, that's fair. I like that. I love Tyler Breeze. They are severely underutilized.
I'm a huge Dongo fan. I need more Dongo in my life.
Hey guys, can I bring something up real quick? While I remember, yesterday was the birthday of the hardcore title.
I was there, not physically, but I watched it live when it was born.
You birthed the hardcore title.
I was in the delivery room. I watched the hardcore title come into the world.
You were at that event?
I was not at the event, but it was one of the few matches I watched live on pay-per-view back then.
Are you literally just saying you watched it?
Yeah.
So
Literally what I'm saying.
you weren't there at all.
Guess what? I watched it too, man.
Did you?
So Chad's not even coming.
Huh?
Vince handed the hardcore title to Mick Foley. That was what happened.
That was how it was.
The hardcore title really didn't mean anything until Crash Holly won it. Let's face it, Crash Holly put that title on the map.
I disagree. I think
it meant something for a point there.
I think it started meaning something when Raven won it for the 27th
Really,
time.
did it really mean something to you when Al Snow was wrestling the Big Boss Man in the fucking lake?
Absolutely.
He made him eat his dog, Pepper.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
That was a different.
But it was part of that rivalry, no?
That rivalry,
No.
yes.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah. The Big Boss Man and Al Snow had a rivalry, and a different Big Boss Man and Al Snow.
No, they're the same people. They're the same people.
It's the same rivalry. It's the same two people. It's the same rivalry.
No,
if you
WWE
bring up a rivalry from
WWE
2 years ago, it's the
doesn't
same
follow
fucking
history
rivalry.
ever.
I didn't say it was the same 3-month storyline. It's the same rivalry.
I'm talking about storyline, bud.
I said rivalry, not storyline.
Oh, here we go. You're throwing a fit. It only took an hour and a half.
Hey, Grizz, what'd you say?
Well, you weren't such a fat piece of shit.
All right. Hey, make sure to check out DDP Yoga.
You have no affiliation with DDP Yoga.
We have all the affiliation with DDP Yoga. DDP's the greatest.
You can't claim we have affiliation.
We have all the affiliation.
I've done DDP yoga.
CJ and I have both done DDP Yoga for a brief amount of time.
Did you guys bang?
No,
Did we bang DDP? I wish.
Legally, I need to mention that we have absolutely zero affiliation with DDP.
Legally, you
or
don't have to do a
DDP
goddamn
Yoga.
thing.
We are all good New Jerseyans who love our brother DDP.
Legally, I am DDP.
No, he's not.
So I would like to welcome wrestling legend DDP here.
No, stop it.
So 5-5, guys.
Wow, Dallas, it's
DDP,
great
what's
to have
your
you on the
favorite
show.
Wait. Hold on, time out. Do you think that he's mentioned that he did and got made fun of for doing yoga most of his career, but this whole helping and saving lives nonsense, do you think that all happened because of that? The coolness. Do you think that spawned from his terrible gimmick with Christian?
No, I think the gimmick was given to him because that's the kind of person he is in real life. Like, he's just super positive.
Have you
He
guys
really
seen?
does seem like a great person. I would love to meet DDP
Have you guys
one
seen
day.
the Jake?
He's on the show.
Yeah, I'm right here, man.
We're gonna get.
I couldn't read for a very long time. I'm right here.
Hey, at what age did you start wrestling?
90.
35. DDP was 35 when he started wrestling.
Have you guys seen the documentary?
I gave Razor Ramon his gimmick.
How'd you guys come about that?
We both came to the ring with our thing was we were gonna have toothpicks, and he had a mustache, and I dropped my toothpick on accident, and he was the only one with the toothpick, so he kind of just ran with it.
And you guys both said
that's actually a true story.
you guys both said
I'm not
racism.
DDP. That's true. Who likes racism?
Razor
I love
Ramon.
to racism.
No, he just likes cocaine.
No, cocaine and Scarface.
Yeah, that's who the hell he is.
Wait a second.
You also
Gotta edit that one out.
I feel
we're
like we're editing the last 5 minutes of this show.
No,
Have
we
you guys
definitely
seen-
gotta
have you
put
guys
that
seen
whole
the Jake the
DDP
Snake
thing in.
doc?
No, it seems really sad, and I haven't
Is
been.
it on Netflix?
It's the
Yeah.
saddest DDP yoga infomercial you'll ever watch.
I can't bring
sad.
myself to watch it.
It's-
Is it sadder than Beyond the Mat?
No, significantly less. They talk about Beyond the Mat.
Really?
Yes.
Beyond the Mat has some crazy moments, like where New Jack's killing people, and then it has some super sad moments with Jake Roberts standing in a forest with his father while one of them cuts down a tree.
Jake talks about Beyond the Mat multiple times in the Jake the Snake documentary.
He doesn't. Yeah, he hates it.
He hates it. He's like they used me and made me look bad so they can sell that documentary.
What he doesn't realize is that he kept saying the whole time that they made him look bad. I think what made him look really bad in the DDP documentary was how he just kept promising everybody that he was going to stop doing everything, and then he would go on a bender and then just start screaming at everybody why it's their fault. And it was that poor Asian producer was just getting yelled at always the whole time.
There is a moment in the Jake the Snake documentary where they catch him doing drugs. And they're like, spit that out right now, and he hides it under his tongue and pretends to spit it onto the sink.
That was East
Why are you laughing at that? That's
We
terrible.
shouldn't be laughing at drug addiction.
Jake the Snake feeded
Got
it.
heavy. It was an uncomfortable laugh. All right, relax.
Just speaking for everyone, every time you laugh, it's an uncomfortable laugh.
Yeah. Facts.
Oh.
CJ.
Hey. Cam.
What'd you say that?
What?
Gave me auto-tune power.
Do you think that makes you auto-tuned?
I speak like a robot.
So, while we have a little bit of
DDP
dead
has got off the rails.
the rails of cocaine. Oh, we're gonna get sued. DDP does not do cocaine.
Yes, I do.
If you're tuning in right now, this is not DDP.
Yes, it is.
Tuning in right now.
Buy my yoga. It's not your average yoga. It's not your dad's mama's yoga. Buy it.
Honestly, at this point, just buy DDP yoga so he doesn't sue us.
You remember when
It's yoga cocaine.
remember when
yoga for regular guys on cocaine.
Kimberly Page's boob was out in 40-Year-Old Virgin?
Yeah.
That was cool.
What?
That's my wife.
Do you refer to her as Kimberly Page?
Guys.
Wait, time out. Where was Kimberly Page in the 40-Year-Old Virgin?
With
boob
the
came
titty
out.
at the
thing. At the speed dating.
That's Kimberly Page?
Yeah,
Yes.
boobies everywhere.
Just booby one where?
One booby, singular.
Humongous boobies.
Not to be confused with Cameron's boo, who be.
All right, guys.
Listen, if you follow us on Instagram or Facebook and I post stuff or you comment or if you just think we're a bunch of idiots and you want to tell us what your problem is with us, do so on social media and I will respond. You can be as nasty as you want because I really don't care.
Are you talking about Janet Jackson?
Hillary Clinton.
Oh, okay.
She's nasty.
Spade.
If you want to book a
Did you just say
Good time
who's a
with DD.
Spade? What?
David Spade.
Oh my God. Okay.
if you want to book some time with DDP, you can find us at Kayfabe Only Brother on Instagram, Facebook.
Facebook, it's actually facebook.com/Kayfabe Only, bro.
Do we?
I want quick answers from all three of you. Greatest jobber of all time. Adam, go.
Brooklyn Brawler.
Grizz, go.
Al Snow.
What?
What?
Bro. He's in the job squad, bro.
Love him.
Paul, go.
Barry Horowitz.
Gilbert.
Al Snow was an amazing man,
Yeah.
and he died.
I
And
love Al Snow.
Who served him?
Paul did.
Paul, you served him?
That was the
I
second
did serve
time.
him.
It was the second time he came into that establishment in that day.
How was he as a human being?
Super nice dude.
Did he have a date? Was it a mannequin head?
He did have a date. It was not a mannequin head.
What'd she look like?
What?
She looked like a lot like China, but it wasn't China.
Was she like that type of big?
Yeah.
Who
What
would
was
you
his
rather
name?
fuck?
What was his name?
Al Snow's date or Ivory from the censors, whatever?
Ivory. I hear she has a pussy and a vagina.
Wait. What if I threw in head? Not the act, the rest.
What
If
if
you're
DDP such a dick?
Diamond Dallas Page, if you're throwing in head, I'm gonna take it because yoga makes you very flexible.
Jesus H. Christ.
Okay.
I would pick Jesus H. Christ because he's got multiple holes for me to have sex with.
Worst. Oh, I thought Jesus was the worst jobber ever.
Right there in his palms.
Cheese and crepes.
Holy
Jesus
fuck,
did
his real
job.
name is Dallas
His job to
Page.
God
Got
hard
the
as hell.
Pontius Pilate.
Did you guys know that? His real name is Dallas Page.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not.
his
Page
family's
Joseph.
big
You know why?
Cowboys fan.
You know why he's
It's actually
yeah,
Dallas Clark.
His dad is a huge Cowboys fan.
It's Paul Firkenberg.
Wait, are you telling me his name is Dallas Clark and he played tight end and also was a professional wrestler?
Yes.
Correct, Mundo.
That's why he started so late in his career. Isn't that right, Dallas?
He was 35 years old when he started wrestling because he was a referee first.
I'm not sure if that's true because I don't remember
100%
anything
true.
before I started wrestling.
That's
but
100%
it
true.
seems about right.
You don't
That's
remember
100%
anything
true.
from before you started wrestling?
I couldn't read.
It was before he started doing yoga too.
Dallas, let me ask you a question. What is the best and the worst moment that you experienced at WCW?
Though probably the best moment was when I first saw my wife's boobies, and the worst moment was probably when I saw Kevin Nash's dong.
All right, that's it. We're out of time. Everybody, sign off.
Sign off, CJ. Sign off.
Bye-bye.
Paul, sign off.
Bye, guys.
Adam, sign off.
Remember, kids, self high five and masturbate. DDP out.
And as always, I'm the Grizz. Good night, good evening, and goodbye.